All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Today, the title of this video is We Become Like What We Are Following. We become like what we are following. And so if you watched my previous video on You Deserve a Valiant Life, then that was the beginning of this. That is a precursor, but you can start here. Just trust that you're here on this video for a reason. I welcome you. I welcome all the new people that have found my YouTube channel and Instagram and everywhere else you've found me. I welcome you. I'm a psychologist in my day job. My name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer, and I take life seriously and lightly, and I want all of us to be equipped with the highest and best, all right? Always the highest and best. And I welcome all people because I have this understanding that we have the same creator. And so it doesn't matter what your faith practice is I welcome you into these videos so that you can be equipped. Because the same creator that created all of us lets the rain fall on everybody. And so imagine back in the old days when we had farms and everything, and we do still have farms, but we all had them, let's say, back then. And the rain will fall on everybody on the earth and let their crops grow, all right? And so divine love is merciful, that even if, people mock divine love, mock God, and want nothing to do with him and say there is no God, right? The same rain came to them and gave them food and gave them life and breathed in us. And so I'm part Native American, and I met with this Native American Christian shaman, and I know that's a weird combination, and I don't recommend going on all these wild paths on the side. But I liked this part that he said us, and it's in a verse too in Thessalonians. It says, in God we live and move and have our being, right? We live and move and have our being. I think it's 1 Thessalonians 5. Someone can write it in the comments if you know this verse. But the Native Americans say, Mitakuwashin, we're in the mind womb of God. We're all in God's dream. And so it's like we're made out of the substance of God. I wasn't going to talk about this. This is funny. And so we're made out of the substance of God. And it's like God's reigning on himself. And God is beyond he and she. God is the I am that I am. But anyway, so we become like what we're following, right? And what I was seeing in the previous video that I'll touch on right now is I had this quote. Where did that quote go? That from St. John of the Cross from the 1400s, right? And he says, an attachment to a creature, he just said, anything created, anything that the divine love created is a creature. Even if a creature creates something, like let's say we create money, and so the people were trying to trap Jesus and make him say something stupid, right? Or make him say something against the government so they could arrest him, entrapment. And so they said, well, what do you think? We ought to pay taxes or not? And Jesus, being wise, didn't answer just right away. Always be present. And trust that the answer can come to you from a higher place, right? He said, bring me a denarius, bring me your coin. And he says, whose image is on this coin? And they said, Caesar. And he said, give to Caesar that which is Caesar, and give to divine love, to God, that which is God's, to the I am, right? And it's like, they were all silenced because, here, let me put this off here, they were silenced because we don't have on the bottom of our foot, I have my foot there, made by God, right? But we were, whether you know that or understand that or not, we were created in the image and likeness of divine love. And there's a lot I could go into that, but it's like, so everything is divine loves by right. But if we make money, if we made a totem pole, if we made an idol, it's like that we're not meant to bow down to something that's less than divine love. All right. But what you become like what you're following. Okay. And so this is oh, wow. Wow, I'm getting an insight right now about, because as a psychologist, I know these things, is this is why love relationships fall apart. Quote, love relationships, because if both people, right, here's two people, and I love teaching about love because I always want to know about it and know how to have true love, like the fairy stories. Oh, that's funny because I'm propping my camera up on the red fairy book right now, and Der Hobbit, the Hobbit in German. But anyway, is in fairy stories, they lived happily ever after, and you're wanting to know true love and be a valiant prince, the princess who's saved by a valiant prince. You want to have both of those activated in your life. So here's two people, right? And if two people are following love, right? If we're following love, then that's like 11, like the word, like 11, it's 1 and 1. We're coming back into the oneness, right? Don't get distracted here. Let's go back. I'm saying this to myself too. If both of these people are following after love, then you can have a good relationship. If they're idolizing each other, here, you go up here, and now you go up here, you fill me up, then it's going to fall, because whatever you build on sand falls, because it's sinking sand. It's like, what's the foundation that you're building on, right? And so I had this insight, this understanding that what if, right? What if divine love, God, and you can see it in the words of Christ too. What if Christ and him saying, follow me, because everything I say and I do comes from divine love, comes from the Father, my Father, the Creator. I'm following the Creator. If we're following Christ, who's following the Creator, we're following the Creator. We're following the one that created us. We're following divine love. We're following after something that is higher. And it doesn't matter if we bow to that, because by bowing to that, we're yielding to something that's higher than us, that's bringing us to a higher state of consciousness. Now, if we came from that, if we're made out of God, maybe that's why I was talking about that in the beginning. If we're made out of that, then it's like, homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. That's Simon and Garfunkel's song, it's just like, then divine love is our home, and we're bowing to that which we were made out of. You can't say Jesus says, I am God. And it's like not for himself, for all of us. He was quoting David. He says, ye are gods, or something like that. It's the little gods. It's like, if I am made out of God, let's say God is the whole ocean and I am a drop of the ocean. When I become more and more like that ocean again, and I become one with that ocean, then it feels like I am God, because all of Godness is given to me and put in me. And it's just like a window, and the light is shining through me. And so this love is living in me and alive, and it's shining through me. And so it's like, we're not... But if I bow down to a piece of paper because I want something tangible in my hands, then I'm just going to become something less than. I'm actually going down. I'm degrading my life instead of upgrading my life. And so I was thinking, what if divine love, instead of predicting negative from our childhood experiences, I wrote this. You can watch this in the other video. Is we'll have negative experiences. Instead of having a blank page, we make negative predictions about this unknown future, and that becomes our present, instead of making positive predictions, because we're walking towards love. When you walk in love, you're knowing more what love is. Blessed are the pure in heart, To the pure, all things shall be pure. When you know love, when you're walking towards divine love and living that and activating that in your life, you know it more experientially. Now, what if every time we're asked to love our enemies or to pray for those who to use us and or to forgive them, to forgive is to give love before they've earned it. Every time we're asked to do one of those things, like Jesus saying, follow me. Well, what does that mean? That's scary to me. I don't want to go in this present moment, in this blankness, because what if God's not there? I'm predicting that it's going to be bad. So no one ever gets quiet in their life, and they're just filling with emptiness, with things that bring us down and back into slavery, and filling our bellies to feel full because we think we're going to be empty if we go into that stillness. What if everything that divine love invites us to do, to act in these holy ways, is actually activating your faith and teaching you to take from the divine nature? It's like, I have to take from the divine nature, from the highest love, in order to be able to do these mysterious and beautiful things, right? What we become like what we're following. And so I'm inviting you to follow something higher as I keep learning and teaching how to do that. Much love.